Hello, let's look at a video pertaining to right triangle trigonometry and the definition of the six trig functions. First, let's construct a right triangle. That's a triangle that has a 90-degree angle in it. The two shorter sides are called legs. The longest side of a right triangle is called the hypotenuse. Once you mark a specific angle at one of the two vertices, I usually use theta. The side opposite of the angle marked, I call OPP for opposite. The side next to the angle marked is adjacent, and again, the longest side is the hypotenuse. Sine of this angle is defined as opposite length over hypotenuse length. Cosine of theta is the adjacent length over the hypotenuse, and these are all over here. They're the ratio of one side compared to another. Tangent of the angle is the opposite length over the adjacent length. Once you've mastered the ratios for these three trig functions, the other three are just the reciprocals. If you take sine's ratio and flip it over, you get cosecant of theta. Cosine has a reciprocal of secant. Tangent has a reciprocal of cotangent. These ratios are just all the flipped over versions of the first three. Recall from Pythagorean Theorem that one leg squared plus the other leg squared equals the hypotenuse squared. You're used to seeing a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and so that's going to remain true. If we start with a right triangle, one side length 3, the other side length 4, 3 squared plus 4 squared, that's 9 plus 16, which is 25. 25 is 5 squared, so that gives us the hypotenuse. I marked theta in this vertex. Sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse, 3/5. Cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, 4/5. Tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent, 3/4. And then your other three trig functions are flipped over or reciprocals of the first three. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. Just flip the fractions over. For a 45-45-90 triangle, we construct a right triangle. The two angles inside are equal at 45, plus that 45 makes a grand total of 180 degrees. Angles with the same measurement will have the same opposite length. So I went ahead and assigned these a length of 1. 1 squared plus 1 squared is 2. Square root of 2, that's the length of your hypotenuse. Pick either of these 45s. I usually use the one on bottom. Sine of 45 is opposite over hypotenuse, 1 over square root of 2. If you're asked to rationalize, you take your radical term in the denominator and you multiply both sides of the fraction by that. 1 times square root of 2 is square root of 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, which is just 2. Cosine of 45 will be adjacent over hypotenuse. That's the same ratio, 1 over square root of 2. If you have to rationalize, that's going to be square root of 2 over 2. Personally, I don't mind those being unrationalized. It just depends on if your online homework will accept it or not. Some platforms do, some don't. So you may want to give this one a test drive just to see if it will accept your answer without it having to be rationalized. Tangent of 45 is opposite over adjacent. 1 over 1, that's 1. Sine of 45 flipped over will give you cosecant of 45. Cosine of 45 flipped over will be secant of 45. And tangent of 45 flipped over will be cotangent of 45. For a 30, 60, 90 triangle, we start with an equilateral triangle. That's a triangle with all three angles 60 degrees and all three sides of uniform measurement. I used 1 for simplicity. If we bisect that triangle through the top with an altitude, then that 1 gets cut in half. It becomes a 1/2. This angle of 60 gets cut in half, so that makes it 30. The hypotenuse remains 1. The adjacent length becomes 1/2. Now, in order to get square root of 3 over 2, what I did was I took the hypotenuse squared minus the given leg squared. 1 minus 1/4 is 3/4. Square root of 3/4 is square root of 3 over 2. Now, to make it a little easier to see, leg squared plus leg squared is equal to hypotenuse squared. This chart, you can also find one on your Google Drive, and that link is given in email and syllabus both. But for example, if I needed to know the sine of, say, 30 degrees, I would go to my 30-degree angle, and sine is opposite over hypotenuse. What is 1/2 divided by 1? That's right, it's 1/2. Maybe I wanted sine of 60. Well, I go to where my 60-degree angle is, and I have opposite over hypotenuse from this angle. Square root of 3 over 2 divided by 1, that's square root of 3 over 2. Maybe I want tangent of 60. Well, I go to my angle. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Square root of 3 over 2 divided by 1/2. That's square root of 3 over 2 times the reciprocal 2 over 1. My 2's cancel, and I get square root of 3. And so for the next few examples, be sure to access the formulas, and there are several other documents in Google Drive that will help you out. One of them will contain this chart. Just have it handy. Example, let theta be an acute angle such that tangent of theta is equal to 1/3. The tangent ratio is opposite over adjacent. So let's construct a right triangle. Mark one vertex with theta. It doesn't matter if you mark it up here or here. I'm just in the habit of writing them on the bottom. It's no big deal. What is important is tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent. In order to get 1/3, my opposite length needs to be 1. My adjacent length needs to be 3. The hypotenuse you get from 1 squared plus 3 squared, which is 10. And the square root of 10 will be your hypotenuse length. Sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse. That's 1 over square root of 10. This is rationalized if you have to. Cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, 3 over square root of 10. And this is rationalized again if you have to. There are identities in your Google Drive folder for this class. One identity given is 1 plus tangent squared is equal to secant squared theta. Well, we calculated tangent. Actually, it was given. We didn't have to calculate that one. Tangent was 1/3. 1 plus tangent squared, which is 1/3 squared, has to equal secant squared. Well, what's 1/3 times another 1/3? That's 1/9. Very good. 1 plus 1/9 is 10/9. That's equal to secant squared theta. Square root both sides. Square root of 10, square root of 9. And that will give us secant of theta. If we were to flip this ratio over, we get 3 over square root of 10, which matches. So this is how you could solve one with a triangle, and this is how you could also solve using an identity. Let theta be an acute angle such that sine theta is equal to 2/5. Find the exact values of cosine theta and cotangent theta. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Construct a right triangle. Mark a vertex with a theta. 2/5, that's opposite over hypotenuse. Now, if you've got hypotenuse and you need to find the length of a leg, that missing leg is square root of hypotenuse squared minus the other leg squared. Well, that's 25 minus 4, which is 21. So your adjacent length is square root of 21. Cosine is defined as adjacent over hypotenuse, square root of 21 over 5. And cotangent is defined as adjacent over opposite, square root of 21 over 2. Well, maybe we want to use an identity instead. One of your Pythagorean identities is sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. Sine theta is given, so that's 2/5 squared, plus cosine squared theta, which we don't know yet, has to equal 1. What's 2/5 times 2/5? That's right, it's 4/25. So cosine squared theta is equal to 1 minus, bring it over and subtract it, 4/25, which is 21 over 25. Cosine is the square root of that value, so 21 over 25 square roots to square root 21 over 5. There's another identity. Tangent is equal to sine theta over cosine theta. And that's in the quotient identity section of Google Drive where you find your formula sheets. Sine was given, that's 2/5. Cosine theta we just calculated, that's square root of 21 over 5. This is a complex fraction, two fractions within a main fraction. Numerator times denominator flipped over, the 5's will cancel, and that gives us 2 over square root of 21. If we have to rationalize, multiply both top and bottom by square root 21, and there you go. This would be the rationalized form. Some of your homework requires you to simplify or prove an identity or just simplify an expression. For this one, we're going to use some identities to show that tan theta times cosecant theta is equal to secant theta. Well, this identity for tangent, you can rewrite tangent as sine over cosine. Cosecant from the reciprocal section is 1 over sine. The sines cancel, and it leaves 1 over cosine theta. Again, from the reciprocal identity section, 1 over cosine is equal to secant. So we have verified that. A A surveyor stands 115 feet from the base of the Washington Monument. So we're going to let this pretend to be the Washington Monument. Surveyor's 115 feet from the base. The surveyor measures the angle of elevation, so he looks up or uses his equipment to get an angle of elevation 78.3 degrees. How tall is the Washington Monument? Well, from where 78.3 degrees is located, x is opposite, 115 is adjacent. Which trig ratio involves opposite and adjacent? Tangent, very good. Tangent of your angle is equal to opposite length over adjacent length. Multiply both sides by 115, and x is equal to 115 times tangent of 78.3 degrees. In your calculator, make sure that you are in degree mode instead of radian mode. It's very important, otherwise it won't calculate it correctly. Once you know you're in degree mode, 115 tangent 78.3 degrees is approximately 555.3 feet. And that's the approximate height of the Washington Monument, according to this description. A second example, a lighthouse is 200 yards away from a bike path. So I'm going to label a bike path. The lighthouse is 200 yards away from the bike path. A walkway to the lighthouse is 400 yards long. Find the acute angle theta between the bike path and the walkway. Okay, so where we have theta marked, 200 yards is opposite of that. 400, that's the longest side, that's the hypotenuse. Which trig function uses opposite and hypotenuse? That's right, it's sine. Sine theta is equal to opposite length over hypotenuse length. So that tells us sine theta is equal to 200 over 400, which reduces to 1/2. From the chart 2 slides back, or using a chart from your Google Drive, that you just keep those kind of handy, that angle is 30 degrees. So this angle here is 30 degrees. You can also get away with using your calculator, and it's actually pretty quick, and it helps instead of looking everything up in a chart. To get theta by itself, you invert sine. So theta is equal to sine inverted of 1/2, and your calculator will give you 30 degrees as long as you've kept it in degree mode. If you have any questions, please reach out, email, phone call. Email's best. Swing by during office hours, and best wishes.